Hello fellow plant lovers. It's been about 3 weeks since we planted our vegetable garden, so I thought I would give you all an update on how everything is growing. So here are our green bean plants. I put in a whole bunch of seeds and it looks like we have 3 plants that have taken off, and I have put this little rack right here so that as they get bigger I can train them up this rack. Our tomato plants are doing really well. As you can see, they've just about doubled in size. My cantaloupe seeds are leaving a little bit to be desired. I've got one seedling right here that is taken off. I also want you to notice that I've got little tiny tomato plant seedlings that have popped up, and I call these my rogue tomato plants because we mulch in old plants and old vegetable scraps and whatnot, and sometimes we get little surprise plants that come up. Here's another tomato plant, and I've got them all surrounded with tomato cages. Now, one thing to note on raising tomato plants is they will sometimes grow these suckers, and I don't know if you can see this, but right here in the crook of where these 2 branches meet, there is a little sucker that is starting to grow in the middle of it. So what you want to do is just pull these out because they can actually weaken the plant. Plus it makes it really big and unruly, okay? These are my butternut squash seeds that I planted about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. And so we've got several seedlings growing here, and there's another rogue tomato plant back there. These are our tomato squash seedlings. Most of these seeds took off, so I'm really happy with those. Now, if you're wondering why I've got a giant cage in my garden, these are our cauliflower plants, and we share our backyard with rabbits. And so I had to go in the shed and find something to cover my plants with so the rabbits wouldn't eat all of them. And this is what I found. And some of them are doing really well since I've covered them up, and some not so well. And that's okay because I've still got plenty of plants in here. Here I've got a red bell pepper plant and a green bell pepper plant. And then over here is my orange bell. In between these two, I've got my spaghetti squash seeds that I planted. And I've also got these trellises here ready to go so I can start training them up so that when the fruit starts growing, they can dangle down instead of sitting down here on potentially moist soil. So same with the cauliflower. This is my little broccoli patch. I found some old window screen that I just kind of draped over. Now, if you could have seen this a couple weeks ago, these plants were bitten down to little nubbins. Kind of like, if you can kind of see this one right here. So anything you can find to protect your plants, go for it. You don't always have to go out and buy something new. And then I've got my basil seedlings, or basil plants, and then my onion and garlic. Over here we've got our salad bar with our red romaine and our cilantro. And then I had planted a whole bunch of lettuce seeds, and you can see those are popping up really nicely. Here's our spinach that's growing in a pot. And then green onions. These are the kind that, you buy the stalk in the store. You chop off the part with the roots and you throw it away. Well, I just planted the root part, and now we'll have green onions all season long. And then here's the strawberry pot that I bought that's doing really well as well. Down here I've got some more onions growing, and they haven't made their appearance yet, but I've got some russet potatoes that I cut up and planted in this 5-gallon bucket. So yes, even with limited space, limited time, you can plant vegetable plants in containers. It just takes a little bit of time, and it's actually really easy, and then you'll have free produce. Follow me for more tips.